Good morning, everyone. For some reason, my allergies are off the charts today, so I keep having these coughing fits and I have to start over. So I want to explain why my eyes are like crazy looking. My face is probably red because I've been coughing. So I'm going to try to get through this one really quickly without having to cough. We hope. Get another drink of water just in case. Or water, coffee. Water. That's what we need in life. Okay, so my husband said that he heard this morning on his radio station that at 2:20 p.m. there's going to be a nationwide test of the broadcast system. It will only be a test. So if your TV goes to emergency broadcasting at 2:20 p.m., you won't be surprised. I hope it's not at the best part of your show. Just saying. Okay. I wanted to talk about canned foods and the ones that I think are really, really important to have. Now, I did something when the Campbell's condensed soups were 99 cents a piece. I went ahead and I got some things that I normally do not get because the cream of mushroom and cream of chicken and chicken noodle soups will sometimes come down later on in the season by themselves. I grab the ones that don't do that. So I grabbed broccoli and cheese. I grabbed consomme. I did the golden mushroom with beef broth. I did the fiesta cheese sauce, the nacho cheese sauce, the cheddar cheese sauce. I got one or two of each of one of those. So those were kind of new for me to put into my pantry. And I didn't get a whole lot of them, but they are cheese. And if we get desperate, guess what? I can make something, right? But those are good bases to have for other things that you have on hand. So I put those in my cabinet, but those are basically that when I have odds and ends, I can grab one of those and go, okay, we can make casserole. Or, hey, let's just make a really good soup. Or, hey, let's cook down this meat and then make something out of that with that golden mushroom or that beef consomme. Anyway, canned goods that are important to have, in my opinion. I always look for chilies, whether they have beans or no beans, or they're what they call a chili sauce. It doesn't matter if it's on sale. I'm going to put it in there because I can use it with something else. Like with canned chili, I can make cheese conies, or I can make 5-ways with spaghetti, chili, cheese, onions, beans, and do Cincinnati style chili even out of a can. A lot of times when I make my chili, that's what I do. So anyway, chilies, stews like your beef stew, Denti Moore being the most popular one. Any of your canned raviolis, spaghettios, spaghetti in a can, all of those things that you can feel nourishment from when you eat it. Sometimes they're just a little more comforting. Any kind of soup at all, chunky style soup or condensed soup, whatever soup you can muster. But always think in the back of your head, if you're buying something that you've never bought before, what could I use that for later before it expires? Just always be thinking about cooking when you go into the store and you're buying all these pantry goods. What can you do to put it together? And I might start doing a few things like that, and I think it would be fun. Okay, tomato products. I think tomato products might be across the board the biggest section of your canned good stock ups. First of all, tomato juice, tomato paste, tomato sauce, even the little tomato sauces that are plain. Then you have diced, crushed, pureed, however, stewed, whatever kind of tomato you got. Then you have your spaghetti sauce, your pizza sauce, and so on and so forth. But then you switch it up and you go into your salsa, your picante sauces, and different kinds of simmer sauces that are tomato based. I mean, tomatoes is a huge part of this conglomerate of things that you should have in your pantry. Tomatoes are very healthy for you, and even though you're getting them out of a can, it's still going to provide you with some lycopene. Okay. Diced peppers. I always buy the little cans of diced peppers wherever I see them. I've got some that I found on closeout last week. I have some that I was doing coupon deals with the Ortega and the Old El Paso deals, big time. So little cans of little diced peppers, I've got them in there. I've got some roasted cans of roasted peppers in there that would be great for a bigger meal. And with us, I try not to cook so big of a meal, even though it doesn't go to waste. Beans. Any kind of beans you can think of. Black beans, refried beans, white beans, black beans, green beans, blue beans. It don't matter. Beans, beans, beans. Pork and beans. Baked beans, canned baked beans. Whatever kind of bean you can find, because that is going to be like a core. Very important. Any kind of fruits, any kind of vegetables, but always make sure that, when you're choosing vegetables that you will eat, because, I make sure that we have asparagus, cans of asparagus. I make sure we have cans of those things, because in the wintertime, sometimes you don't get those asparagus deals until right around Easter time. And I have not set up an asparagus bed yet, and I need to, but my chickens, until they're contained, gardens here just are not going to be able to be maintained with them out there. Pickles, olives, banana peppers, peppercini peppers, whatever kind of peppers to utilize. And here's the thing with like all those pickled products, sauerkraut as well. Sauerkraut is a great addition. Here's the thing. You can use that the juice over again. If you're in a really bad situation, okay, you could eat all the pickles out of it, put that pickle juice into a heated environment that you think is good, maybe boil some eggs up, put it in there, and store them for a little while, and it would hold them off until you could eat them. So keeping that is probably a good idea. I know that sounds crazy, doesn't it? But it would work, right? Okay. And then we get into the meats. Beefs, porks, chickens, turkeys, salmons, oysters, sardines, tuna. I mean, any kind of canned meat you can think of, it's there on the shelves. Potted meat. I don't like deviled meat because it is so salty. Ugh. Then you have your Spam, your treat, your armor treat, whatever. These are things that I think are very important to have in your pantry. And that's pretty much it. Oh, evaporated milk. I forgot to say that. It's always good to have some evaporated milk around. If you don't have the cartons of shelf-stable milk, grab cans of the evaporated milk. And that will work for anything that you need milk for. Okay, now I think I'm done. And I got through this without coughing. Yay! Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. I might do a cooking video later. I'm not going to tell you what it is, though. But you know it has to do with stripped Angus meat, beef. Bye, y'all. Hugs from a distance.